guys. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Hi, José Guilherme. Good afternoon. Hi, Giovaninha. Hi, Amanda. Good
Hi.
afternoon. Good to see you.
Hello.
Hi. Hi, Paula. Good afternoon. Hey.
Hello, good afternoon.
Welcome. Good to see you. How are you guys? How was the weekend? Yay. What did you do? Tell me.
So good.
Yeah, it's always really good, isn't it? Yeah, I
And your
love the.
teacher?
Mine was good. It's always good.
Nice, nice.
Yeah, it's always good. The weekend is always very good, especially now. I like this weather. I like when it's cold. Do you like the winter, guys?
Yeah.
Me too. Hi,
Yes,
Mateus. Hi, Mateus. Good
Yes,
to
yes,
see
yes.
you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Hey, good to see you, Mateus. How are you? Hey, good
I'm
afternoon.
fine. Good afternoon.
Okay.
And yes,
Yay, good to
but I
see you guys. All right, people. Okie dokie, guys. So, first of all, super welcome, everybody. Today is Monday. We are in June 21st already. Oh my God. It's so fast, isn't it, guys? It's super fast all the time. It's amazing how fast it is. And it's already winter. Time flies. So guys, today we are going to start Unit 9. Can you believe this? Yes, we are doing Unit 9. The first day of winter, and we are going to start the new unit. Yes, and as you know, after Unit 9, we have our evaluation, okay, which is evaluation number 3. Actually, yeah, number 3, task 3, okay? So let's start it. All right, great. Let me just save this image that I just took the screenshot quickly here. Let me ask you a question. How many of you have a job at the moment? Does anybody here work now?
No.
No?
I don't.
No.
No,
No.
nobody? Only Mateus?
No, me neither, actually.
Mateus and Paula.
Oh, Paulinha. Paulinha has a job, right? What do you do, Paulinha?
Professional physical. Professor de educação física.
Oh, so you are a PE teacher. How nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great, Paulinha. Where do you teach PE? Where do you teach PE? Because you are a physical education teacher, actually.
Sim.
So it's not really we say physical education. So
Isso.
okay, where do you teach physical education? At a gym?
Só eu trabalho em academia só.
Oh, so you work at a gym. Oh, how
Yeah.
nice. That's great. Amazing. So you are a PE teacher at a gym. So PE teacher. PE, Paulinha, stands for physical education, okay? So we abbreviate for PE, okay?
E
Yes, PE teacher. Oh, that's nice. Wow, congratulations. So you work out every day. How nice. That's so good. Fantastic. That's really nice. That's really nice. I wish I could work out every day. I would lose weight very fast. That's great. All right. So we are going to talk about work today, people. Yes, that's true. Unit 9 talks about work. Okay, so start thinking about your ideal work. All right. But first, before we start Unit 9, I'd like to know if you have any questions about your homework from Unit 8. Did you have a chance to do your homework? Yes or no? Any questions? Is everything okay? Let me show you the previous week so you can see what we gave you, what we asked from you, the tasks you had to do. So this was posted last week and we asked you to do online practice, unit 8.4 and 8.5. And there was something else here too about making requests. There were some sites with exercises there too. So, and there was also page 154, which was the review from unit 8. So is everything okay there? Do you have any questions? Yes? Everything all right? Okay, so let's move back to unit 9 and let's go to the topic of work. First of all, guys, do you know how this story of work started? Do you know how this all began? People having to work to survive.
I don't know.
No, never thought about it. So let me show you a little bit of history. It's always good to know how it all started because, ever since we were born, people had to work, right? Our parents had to work, our grandparents had to work. So let's see how this story of working started. Okay, let's take a look there. Let me share the sound with you. Let's hope the connection works. So here, it's history of ideas, work, how it all started. Let's check it out.
One of the things that's most peculiar about life in the developed economies in our own time is the way we look at work, and in particular, the way we think that work should be about two things: making money, of course, but also, and far more strangely, finding fulfillment, creativity, and meaning. It's a beautiful idea, of course, but it's also a highly unusual one, which causes us quite a few headaches as well. It's worth taking a look into the history of work. The Garden of Eden, 3900 BC. According to Christian doctrine, when Adam and Eve are expelled from the Garden of Eden for eating an apple, their punishment for defying God's wishes is work. By the sweat of your brow you will eat your food until you return to the ground, the Lord informs them. Work is what distinguishes life in paradise from the world we know. Adam will have to work until he is 930 years old. Athens, 335 BC. Aristotle opens his public school, the Lyceum, a centre of learning for wealthy and cultured young Athenians. Aristotle makes a bold claim: the life of the mind is only open to rich people. Anyone who has actually to earn money to live is a slave, Aristotle tells us, however outwardly grand their life might be. The pursuit of money and good intellectual work is simply impossible, the philosopher declares, and he's widely believed for hundreds of years. Hippo, Roman Africa, 396 AD. St. Augustine becomes the Bishop of Hippo, and in his sermons resurrects the Christian notion of work as a result of original sin. In his sermons on the New Testament, Augustine tells his audience, many of whom are slaves, that work is always going to be miserable. From this cup of sorrow no one may be excused. The cup that Adam has pledged must be drunk. The only relief is to look forward to the next life in God's kingdom. Rome 1508. The Florentine painter, sculptor, architect and poet Michelangelo begins painting the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel, commissioned by Pope Julius II. He is given complete freedom to design the work and promised a lot of money in return. Michelangelo, along with his fellow Italian genius Leonardo da Vinci, embody a new approach to work. They work for money, hiring out their talents to the highest bidders in the courts of Europe, but they're evidently not slaves. At the same time, they don't work just for the money. They do it for the inherent fulfillment that the work brings. Our modern ideas of work owe a lot to the Renaissance idea of the remunerative creative genius. Our own ambitions are now democratized versions of the aspirations of men like Leonardo and Michelangelo. We too wish to be paid and creative. Wittenberg, Holy Roman Empire, 1520. Martin Luther, the founder of Protestantism, makes the momentous point that one can serve God through work of many different kinds, and not just, as had previously been argued by Catholicism, simply by entering the priesthood. He proposes that the common work of a servant or a handmaiden can be more acceptable to God than all the fastings and works of a monk or a priest. God is milking the cows through the vocation of the milkmaid. For Luther, God has endowed each one of us with talents that can be used to help one another out, which is how work becomes moral. Everyone undertaking essential tasks, he mentions cleaning, milking, darning, teaching, is wearing what Luther calls the mask of God, since God is behind each task. This, Luther says, demonstrates God's love. He ensures that we're endowed with the qualities to look after one another through our work. Work, for Luther, is therefore the best means to employ the doctrine of love thy neighbour. Protestantism is responsible for a momentous re-evaluation of the worth and dignity of ordinary labour. Paris, France, 1750. Diderot and d'Alembert published the first volume of their Encyclopédie, which sets out to cover each and every branch of human work. There's one chapter in which Diderot writes with particular admiration about bakers. There are others on the work of farmers, bell makers, locksmiths and cloth weavers. It's the longest illustrated poem in praise of ordinary work ever written, and it has a huge impact on how people perceive the prestige of work. Paris, France, 1844. The exiled Karl Marx finishes his economic and philosophic manuscripts of 1844, a series of notes on capitalism containing some of his most interesting thinking about work. He attacks capitalism not because workers don't get paid enough or are exploited, but for a far more interesting reason, because too often their work is boring and it doesn't allow them to develop their characters. That's the true problem with capitalism in Marx's eyes. Marx, who works 12 hours a day most days, is no enemy of work. What infuriates him about capitalism is that it seems to prevent us from enjoying our work, enjoying it as much as he enjoyed his, because it encourages the production of goods disconnected from the talents and aspirations of the worker. That's what he so desperately wishes to correct. Communism isn't a project for getting rid of work, it's about making work more enjoyable. University of Chicago, USA, 1899. An irritable American academic publishes his first book, The Theory of the Leisure Class. In it, Thorstein Veblen captures very clearly an idea of being upper class that's about to die out forever. Veblen argues that as soon as people make it in society, they try to show their superiority by displaying signs of what leisure-rich and idle people they are. Veblen writes that the characteristic feature of the rich is a conspicuous exemption from useful employment. Veblen may well be right for his own day, but everything is about to change. Within a few decades, everyone falls prey to a new cult, the cult of working hard and being very, very busy all the time. Soon only the unemployed are idle. Everyone else is working away furiously. The richer you are, the more you keep working to show that you are good and serious. Being idle is the new taboo. Washington, D.C., USA, 1945. With work newly prestigious, one of the major challenges of societies becomes that of correctly mining the talents of everyone and helping them to find their way into the right jobs. That is, jobs that will fulfill them and make them money. Catherine Cook Briggs and her daughter Isabel Briggs Myers run the first Briggs-Myers indicator test on George Washington Medical School students. This test, developed throughout the Second World War, indicates personality types and tries to pair people up with ideal jobs. The test uses 93 questions to figure out which one of 4 main personality types you might be: Introverts, extroverts, thinkers, feelers, sensors, intuitives, judges, perceivers. So for example, an introvert will enjoy thinking and working alone or in small peaceful groups and will be suited to working as an accountant, a dentist or a librarian. But an extrovert will enjoy action-dominated, high-octane work and might go into acting, salesmanship or trading in financial institutions. The goal, Briggs and Myers say, is to find the type of work that suits you best. Work is about making the correct lifestyle choice to suit your personality. It's not about arbitrary aims such as money. Living Rooms, USA, January 22nd, 1984. Apple Computers launches the only national airing of its famous 1984 advert during the halftime commercials of the Super Bowl. The 60-second advert sees a heroine dressed in bright running gear save an army of soulless workers from the conformity of standardized work by destroying their big brother-like leader. It's an idea as old as the Renaissance. There's good work and bad work, and the good work is the creative kind. Except now, unlike in Michelangelo's day, thanks to technology, this is for everyone. The advert carried the famous tagline, "You'll see why 1984 won't be like 1984. The advert underlined the liberating, colourful and energetic Mac as a deliverance from the technophobic drudgery of industrial labour. The future of work is going to be fun, original and expressive, in Apple's hands. But for millions of the unemployed or the unhappily employed, the dream has not turned out to be so easy. It can be doubly painful when you're meant to be having such fun at work to find no work at all or work that doesn't fulfill your soul. The modern world has made the career crisis one of the central difficulties of existence. We're asking so much of our working lives, so no wonder they sometimes don't deliver against the expectations that we now have of them. Too often, our jobs are closer to the toil of Adam than the life-enhancing creativity of Michelangelo. That remains the challenge for the future of work.
Yeah, that's quite interesting. That's quite interesting. How nice, isn't it, guys? That's really to think about. Yeah, that remains to be seen. Very nice. Hi, Cedrini. Good to see you. Super welcome. Yeah, I'm very
Hello,
happy.
teacher.
I'm very happy to see you. Yay, we are talking about work. Today we start the new unit, Unit 9, and it's all about work. That's why we were watching that video. So let's kickstart the unit. All right, very good. So as we were saying before, we are talking about work, and I showed you that philosophical video about the history of work since the beginning, right? And it's also some food for thought, so we can kind of reflect about how people see work and what it can be in the future, okay? Now, take a look at this picture. What can you see in the picture? And by the way, guys, this is page 99 of your book, okay? Take a look there. Can you see the picture now? It's a beautiful image, isn't it? What can you see in the picture?
I think is a kind of farmer, farmer person. I maybe it's rice underneath the
Yeah,
a
so
big mountain of rice, or no? But I
mhm.
think it's a farmer, nevertheless.
Okay, all right. Yes. I don't think it's rice, but yeah, it is something white. I think it's salt. Here they bring some questions for us to think about. The first question they ask is, what is hard work? That's the first question they ask. Let me zoom in so we can see better. Look, as you can see now, it isn't rice, okay? It looks more like salt, crude salt. So what is hard work? Think about it. How can work make us happy? Is it possible to be happy? And when do you want to retire? And what do you plan to do? Have you thought about it? All right, so let's see the story behind this photo. Let's see what the photographer has to say. Okay, let's watch this. Oops, sorry. My bad.
This man is harvesting salt in Kenya, a rural area near Ho Chi Minh City in Vietnam. Salt is harvested by flooding a shallow pool with ocean water and waiting for the water to evaporate and the salt to dry. This man was collecting the salt for a company he works for. He was part of a team, as it takes many people to harvest salt. Hard work is usually thought of as being physically difficult, but it can also be work that's mentally difficult. My job can be hard work as well. Sometimes I have to work in the hot sun or in the rain or walk very far to find what I need to photograph. Hard work can be fun though, if you're in the right mental state and you can let yourself enjoy it. Work can make us happy because it makes us money, but it also gives us a purpose and an opportunity to contribute to the society around us. My work is enjoyable for me because it allows me to create beautiful images and lasting memories for myself and my clients.
All right.
Salting as well.
Yeah, it is salt. Yeah, that's interesting, isn't it? How we harvest salt. So let's watch once again and try to see how he answers the first two questions, okay? What is hard work and how can work make us happy? So let's go over that again.
This man is harvesting salt in Kenya, a rural area near Ho Chi Minh City in Vietnam. Salt is harvested by flooding a shallow pool with ocean water and waiting for the water to evaporate and the salt to dry. This man was collecting the salt for a company he works for. He was part of a team, as it takes many people to harvest salt. Hard work is usually thought of as being physically difficult, but it can also be work that's mentally difficult.
So how does he define hard work?
He defines like is a difficult work at the physical level, but can be at the mental level.
It's called
Fair.
difficult
Mhm.
and mentally difficult.
Very good. It can be difficult both physically and mentally. All right.
Mentally.
Yes, of course. That's right. Okay. Very good.
My job can be hard work as well. Sometimes I have to work in the hot sun or in the rain or walk very far to find what I need to photograph.
Okay, so how can his job as a photographer be considered hard work?
Work in hot sun.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that's true. Or sometimes in the rain, right? So yeah, that can be really hard. Yes, sometimes photographers have to work in the middle of conflicts like hotspots. And by hotspots, we mean areas of war, conflicts between criminals, police. So these are really dangerous, right? So we can have photographers like war correspondents, it's really difficult sometimes. So not always a photographer's job is easy, right? Sometimes they have to be in risky situations, and then their job can be very hard. Okay.
Hard work can be fun, though, if you're in the right mental state and you can let yourself enjoy it.
So, can hard work be fun?
Yes.
Yes.
because it's
How?
money.
Ah, it can be fun if you are
Mental state.
in the right mental state. Yes. Or if you let yourself enjoy it.
Enjoy it.
Yes. Okay.
Work can make us happy because it makes us money, but it also gives us a purpose and an opportunity to contribute to the society around us.
So, how can work, people, make us happy?
Because makes money.
Yes, that's the first one. And also, what is the other reason?
You can contribute to the society.
Yes, it gives us purpose, right? That's true. So, money, yes, is a good reason. We all feel very happy when we make money. Who doesn't, right? But another reason is that it gives us purpose. Yes, we feel really good when we can contribute to society, when we help people. It makes us feel very good. Okay, guys. That's also a very good reason to feel good. And it brings happiness. Okay.
My work is enjoyable for me because it allows me to create beautiful images and lasting memories for myself and my clients.
Okay, very nice. It's always really good when you can have a job that gives you pleasure, not only money. Okay, so try to do something that you enjoy, not only something that gives you money. Okay, all right. Now let's take the first quiz here. Take the job quiz, then discuss your opinions in groups. So I'll let you do that and then we will discuss together. The first one is like this. Is it better to, number one, be an employee or be the boss? Number two, work from home or work at a company? Number three, have a well-paid job or have a job you love. Number four, be bored at work or be stressed because you're busy. Number five, work with people or work with animals. Number six, work part-time or work full-time. I will separate you in groups, in pairs actually, and I will ask you to discuss these questions with a friend, okay? And then we will come back together and discuss that in groups, in big groups, okay? So let's see. I'll give you, let me see here. Um, 10 minutes to discuss that because these questions are controversial. You may have different opinions about these things, okay? So let's see this. How many people are we? We are 7. So I will have, yes, 3 groups. So one group may have 3 people, okay, guys? And I'll give you 10 minutes to do that. So you can go over the 6 options, okay? So let's do it. Yes, we are good to go. So try to ask your friends, each one of them, okay? From number 1 to number 6, okay? We're good to go. We have 10 minutes. Hi,
I'm
Sofa.
alone. I'm alone.
Yes, I know. You are doing with Joycey. Just a moment, okay? I will ask Joycey to join the conversation, okay? Just a
Okay.
moment, Giovanna. I'll be right back. Just a moment. Let me see if I can. Let me try to. Oh, okay. Just a second.
But it's not like Joyce.
Hi, Joyce. Are you speaking? Yes. Are you there with Giovanna? Hi, Joyce. Are you there with
She
Giovanna?
crashed. She crashed, teacher.
Sorry?
She crashed.
Oh, now I see why. Okay. Oh my goodness. So I can do it with you. I can do it. No problem. Which question were you asking her?
The first.
Okay. So what do you think, Giovanna? Is it better to be an employee or be the
I don't
boss?
know, teacher. I don't know. I never worked it, but I think be the boss because
Okay.
you have how can I say that? You have tá na ponta da língua.
You make the decisions. You make the decisions.
Yes, you can make decisions in the I don't know in the company.
Okay. All right. And which one do you prefer, to work from home or work at a company?
Work from home, you have more you can relax in your home when you work in the home, but when you work at company, you work more, you know.
Yes, that's I
it's
think
my
you,
opinion, but
yeah.
I know it's exactly because I I said I never work it.
Uh-huh, yeah. In reality, I think it's just the opposite. You work a lot more when
Mm-hmm.
you work from home, to be honest with you. Now I'm working from home, and I
Mm-hmm.
can tell you that I'm working a lot more now than when I worked from the company. When I was working
So you
at,
think
yes, when I was working at
you
the school, I wasn't working so much as I'm working now. Now I'm working a lot more.
so you think it's better working at the company?
Yes, yes, I
Okay.
think. I think because the amount
Um.
of work is much less. Now, working from
Mm-hmm.
home, I work a lot more, Giovanna. Uh, Usually, I work until midnight. Sometimes,
Oh my
Giovanna,
god.
yeah,
It's so.
sometimes, yeah. Sometimes I finish work after midnight, 1:30 in the morning. Yes,
Mm.
almost every day, I'm working until very late at night. Yes.
It's
So,
so exhausting. It's
yeah,
exhausted.
it is
Exhaust.
exhausting.
Yeah,
Yeah, it is very exhausting.
exhausting.
So, I work a lot more now than when I was at school. Much more now, much
Mm-hmm.
more, much more. Now, number three, is it better to have a well-paid job or have a job that you love?
Um, I don't know. When you have when wait, uh, when you have money, you can you can do everything, you
Mm-hmm.
know.
Yes.
But when you don't, you just love your job. You know, it's
Yes.
so.
For me, it's like it's better to have something between the two.
Yes, it's the best. Yeah, it's the best idea. Have something between both. Yeah. A well-paid job and
Because
a job that you love. Yeah,
yeah,
it's true.
because if you get a job that you don't like, it will be really bad because you have to do it for all your life. But if you get something that you love, but you don't get money with this, you not able to survive well.
Yes, that's true, Giovanna. That's right. Now, number four. Which one is better, to be bored at work or to be stressed because you're busy?
Work?
Hey, Joyce, welcome back.
Sorry, teacher.
We are doing number four.
Okay. Number four to Joyce. You say to Joyce, yeah.
Yes, I'm asking you. I'm asking you, which one is better? Be
Oh,
bored
okay.
at work or be stressed because you're busy?
Be bored at work.
Be bored at work, yeah. I think it's better to be bored.
So
Yeah.
yeah, it's better.
Okay. So girls, try to do number five and number six. We still have a minute and a half.
Okay.
Okay. Go ahead. Try to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, guys, have you finished? Yes.
Yeah.
How was it? How was it? Yes. Did you ask everybody else? How were your answers? Yeah. What do you think is better?
Which one?
What do you think is better, to be an employee or to be the boss?
The boss.
The boss, yeah. Okay. What about number 2, to work from home or work at a company?
At a company.
Yeah, I agree. Work at a company is better. Okay, time's up. All right. Let me call everybody. Just a second. Let me close rooms here so everybody can come back. All right, people, let's go back to our page. So what do you prefer? Have a well-paid job or have a job you love?
Have a job you
Have
love.
a job you love.
Ah, okay. I would like to have both. A well-paid job and a job you love. What do you think? Be bored at work or be stressed because you are busy?
Be stressed because you are busy.
Oh, okay. I prefer the first one. Be bored at work. Be stressed is not so good, but anyway. Number 5. Which one do you prefer? Work with people or work with animals?
Work with animals.
Yeah. I work with everybody. I like to work with people, work with animals. I would love to work with animals. I think they're so cute. Number 6, work part-time or work full-time?
Work full time.
Yeah, it's good. Working full-time is nice because you just work from Monday to Friday. You don't have to work on the weekends. If you work part-time, you may need to work on the weekend, right? So that's not so good. So guys, number 2, what about the guys who just returned? How was the conversation? Was it good? Yes?
Yes.
All right. Did you find out anything interesting with your partner? Yes, guys.
Yes. Yes.
Would you like to share? Would you like to share with the group? Yes?
Yes, we were talking about food.
You were talking about food. Oh, really?
Yes.
What were you talking about?
About Japanese food and about spending a lot of money with food.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, especially here in Brazil, right? Food in
Yes.
Brazil is very expensive. But does anybody here work with food? No?
No.
Would you like to work with food?
No.
Oh God, never.
Never.
No.
All right.
I refuse.
You refuse to
I
work.
work in a shop. I work in a mall once, and I know how the people of the fast food work. I don't want it.
Yeah. Yeah, that is really stressful, isn't it? Yes. I have never done that, but I can figure it out. It's really hard work. So, think of jobs you have had. Which was the best? I don't know if you've had any job experience. I mean, I can say that a few of you have, right? But not everyone.
The best is what I have now because it is what I choose.
Uh-huh. Which one? Which one was the best? Which one was the worst, Paulinha?
Which one the best? É, o que eu tenho hoje, né?
Yes, the best is the one you have now, okay? A PE teacher.
And there wasn't a worst one.
The worst was the last one, okay. All right. And do you know how to say the last one you had? What did you do? What was the last job you had? What did you do in your last job?
Não, não teve job, pior job.
Ah, okay, all right. Now I understand. You liked all your
Wasn't
jobs.
a worst one.
Okay, okay. Now I got it. Oh, that's good. Okay, Paulinha, thank you. All right, people. So let's move on to the next one. So here, guys, this lesson is very interesting, especially for the ones who have never worked, because it's about job interviews, okay? So it will help you with vocabulary, okay? So if you ever decide to have a job interview in English, for example, this is super helpful. Check this out. Look, are you good at job interviews? What was your last job interview? Were you successful? So let's see some interesting tips. Here in number 2, we are going to notice one language aspect of job interviews. They will talk about conditional sentences. Of course, guys, we can use conditional sentences in any situation, okay? Not only for interviews, but here they are showing us in job interviews. So study these conditional sentences, then complete the rules in the grammar box. Let's take a look at them. First, they're going to show us what they call the zero conditional. So look online if you want to find a job. Another example, if you practice interviews, you improve. So as you noticed here, the zero conditional is formed using the following verbs. Look. Here. We have either imperative and simple present, or both verbs in the simple present, okay? If you practice, you improve. Look online if you want, okay, guys? So the verbs are always like that. Simple present, or imperative, and then simple present. They are always like this in the zero conditional. They are usually to give instructions, or they are like telling you how to do things, okay? So first conditional, they are a little different. Example, you might not get the job if you are nervous in the interview. Another example, if you prepare well, you will feel more confident. So here we have, with a different color, I will show you the first conditional. Here we have a modal verb, and it's the negative, okay? And then we have, after the if particle, we have the simple present. Here, simple present, and then we have here the modal verb with infinitive. So what is the rule for the first conditional? According to the examples, we can have the if particle with the simple present, if you are nervous, if you prepare. So this is what happens in the first conditional. The if particle is always in the simple present, okay? Verb to be or any other verb. Now, the other sentence is always with a modal verb If it's the simple future, I will put will and the infinitive, or I can use another modal verb and the infinitive. Will and then infinitive, or might and then infinitive, okay? I can also use a verb in the negative. It's okay. So usually I'm talking about a result of something, okay? So if you prepare, you will feel. If you study, you will pass. If you don't study, you will not pass. So the first conditional is usually to express cause and effect, result. That's the idea of the first conditional, okay? So here in the box, we have the zero and the first conditional. Look, to form the zero conditional, we use if plus simple present and simple present or an imperative. Here in the box, it's the simple present again. Okay, guys, it's just because there isn't enough room for you to see the simple present here. All right. Now, to form the next one, which is the first conditional, I will just change the color here so you can see the difference. To form the first conditional, which is result, cause, and effect, we use if plus simple present again, and the second part is going to be will or might plus infinitive without to. I can also use these modal verbs in the negative, okay? I can say won't or will not. I can also say might not, okay, guys? Like we saw in the example, okay? No problem. I can also say may or may not. It's possible, okay, people? Good. So we use the zero conditional to, let's see here now, the conditions, the situations where we use the zero conditional. Let's see here the possibilities. Letter A, to talk about events and the results that always follow. Let's see. Letter B, to talk about a possible action or situation in the future and the result that follows. Letter C, to give instructions. So, which one should I use here with the zero conditional? Let's highlight that. So the zero conditional I should use to talk about events and results that always follow. Yes, and also to give instructions. That's for sure. Okay. So here I can mark letter A for the zero because it's like I'm teaching, I'm saying what happens. For example, if you boil water to 100 degrees, okay, it gets really, really hot. So if you boil water to 100 degrees, let's say if you heat water, that's the sentence. If you heat water to 100 degrees, it boils, okay? So if you heat water to 100 degrees, it boils. Or if you, for example, if you dive in the ocean, you can sink. If you don't know how to swim, you can sink. If you dive in the middle of the ocean, you can sink. So it's a result that always follows if you don't know how to do something. So it's like a consequence because of science, right? If you jump from a building, you can die because you don't know how to fly, right? So if you jump from a building, you can die, right? So you shouldn't do that. So zero conditional. Okay, guys. So the next one, we use the first conditional to talk about a possible action or situation in the future and the result that follows. For example, if I have some time today, I will read a book. If I have some time today, I will read a book. So this is not something that always happens. It's only today. If I have some time, I will read a book. All right, so it's a possible action in the future. Okay, that's why I use the simple present and then I use the simple future because it's a possible result in the future. All right, if I study, I will pass next week. I have a test, suppose, and if I study hard, I will pass. All right, people. So the first condition, the first conditional is really simple. Let's go, guys. Let's take a look here. Exercise number 3, apply. Complete the text using the words in the box. Then identify which sentences are the zero conditional and which are the first conditional. Okay, we have here don't, might, will, do, are, aren't, and won't. So here we have the prompts. We have so many nice prompts here. Do your homework, practice, be on time, don't be afraid, be polite, tell yourself to relax, show you're interested. So I'll give you, let's see here, 4 minutes to do that, okay? And then we will check. Let me mark it here. Okay, you can start. Let's do it.
Finish.
Okay. Is everybody else done?
I finish too.
Yes? Great. So let's check, guys. What did you put here in number 1?
I put will.
I put will too.
Will.
Okay, let's check it out. Ouch, my leg. Yes, very good. Excellent. Number 2, what did you put there?
Do.
Which one?
Do.
Yes, excellent. Do a practice interview before. So, yes. Only now, yes, the time has finished. Very good. Excellent. Number 3, be on time. If you
Are.
are late, yes, great. Next one, number 4.
Aren't.
Yes, great. Number 5.
Won't.
Won't.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. Number 6.
Might.
Might.
Yes, perfect. Number 7.
Don't.
Yes, perfect. So these guys are excellent tips for the first time you go on a job interview. Okay, they have great tips here. It's always very nice to do some research before you go. Have a practice interview before. Be on time. Don't be afraid. Always be polite. Okay, guys, tell yourself to relax and show you're interested. So always ask some questions. Okay, great. Now, which tips are the most useful for you? This is something that is always very personal, okay? Choose 3 and explain your reasons to a partner. Of course, we don't need to do that, but we are going to decide which conditional. That is something interesting for us now. Which ones are 0, which ones are the first conditional? The first one here, what do you think? If you research the company and the job in advance, you will be better prepared.
Is the 0.
Think again.
This
Look,
condition.
it's the first because you have the simple present and then you have the simple future. Remember, the first conditional uses the simple present and then the second part, the simple future or a modal verb with an infinitive verb right after, okay? So this is the first. Now, look at number 2. You will feel more confident if you do a practice. Which one is that?
First.
First again. Look, you have the simple future again. Okay. Excuse me, guys. Number 3.
First.
First again. Okay, look, a modal verb. Let me. So here, let me. Okay, I will highlight here the reason why. Okay, guys. So identify. Okay. So here, number 4. If you aren't sure, you understand the question, ask the interviewer. Which one is that?
0. Conditional.
The 0, okay. All right, 0 conditional. It's simple present, simple present. Number 5, you won't be successful if you are rude. Which one is that? First.
First.
Yes. Number 6, guys. If you talk too quickly, the interviewer might. First, okay. Here we have an indicator, the modal verb, okay? That's the indicator of the first conditional, okay, here, right? Number 7, ask questions. If you don't ask questions, the interviewer might think you don't want the job.
First conditional.
First conditional, okay? All right, again, here we have the modal verb, okay? All right, so everything correct. Okie dokie, guys. So it's enough for us today. All right, next class, we will do the other ones. So this is really nice to work on. I think it's easy, but at the same time, very important, okay? So let's go back to our page here on Google Classroom, and I want to show you what I posted for you to do. Can you see our page on Google Classroom? So here I posted a site where they have a video from this teacher that I really admire from English. She's very nice. She explains the difference between zero and first conditional, right? And there is also another video. This one is mostly for fun. It's an illustration, but it's also very nice. You just need to focus on these two because these ones here are for next class, okay? We'll talk about suffixes. And for today, we mostly talked about pages 90, 99 and 100. We haven't covered 101, I think. I think we just covered 99 and 100. Yeah, we haven't done the third one, just the first 2 pages. Okay, but that's all right, no problem. If you want, and if you have some time for next class, next week, you can start doing online practice, but not for this class Wednesday, only for next week. You can do online practice unit 9.1, okay? All the homework here is for next week, not for Wednesday. Okay, guys, what I would like you to do and what you could do is take a look here at this site, just so you can practice more the zero and the first conditional. This is interesting. All right, guys. So
okay.
Let me just stop sharing here. And oh, thank you guys so much for coming. Let me show you the gallery view. Mateus, if you want, you can take a picture of everybody else now again. All right.
So you can take, I don't know, honestly, I don't know how to print screen on this computer.
Oh, okay.
Let's see.
Hi, Paulinha. Oh, your hair looks beautiful today. I love your hair. How nice. Oh, hi, Giovanna. You're so beautiful too. Oh, hi, Amandinha. Hi, Joyce. Let me take a picture of everybody. Come on. Oh, you look so beautiful, everybody. Come on, you're so good. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Yay. Thank you, guys. Oh, thank you very much, people. You are amazing. Thank you so much, guys. Oh, I hope to see you again on Wednesday, okay? Oh, thank you, Giovanninha. Thank you, Mateus. Thank you, José. Take care, okay, people?
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, guys.
Bye
Bye-bye, people. See you Wednesday, okay? Bye. Take care. Bye-bye, people.